but everyone I've talked to said the Russians have played a very major role. But not just in elections, Charlie. They are every day bombarding some of our industrial bases, particularly the military-industrial complex. They are bombarding our communication systems. I mean, it's just a fact, is what they're doing. And they're the best at it. The Chinese are next, and then you have the everyday hacker that is also a significant challenge.
But we also have cybersecurity and cyber espionage capabilities. I assume that we're using them as well.
No, we're not. I'm sure we are to some degree, but we don't have a policy. Until a president of the United States sets a policy as to what you do and how you achieve it. For example, right now, if we think that there's an impending attack, there's no policy as to what to do. Once there is an attack, there is no policy as to what we do in response. And so there is really a lack of coherence from the executive branch. And our job is to lay out the scenario and enact legislation if necessary, and I'm sure some legislation will be necessary.
But you were saying that Admiral Mike Rogers does not have a policy to respond to cybersecurity invasions.
Mike Rogers has testified before the Senate Armed Services Committee that there is no policy.
And coming out of the Armed Services Committee and your oversight capabilities and monitoring of cybersecurity will be a recommendation for legislative.
We will, not just a recommendation, we will enact legislation through the Senate Armed Services Committee, and I have received encouragement to address this situation by our Republican leadership.